Alright, so this is a game for the DS called Flower, Sun, and Rain. If you've ever heard of the game No More Heroes for the Wii, it's by the same person, Suda 51. So just like No More Heroes, it's by Marvelous Entertainment and Grasshopper Entertainment. And this is a great game made by Suda 51. It's actually a port of a very early PS2 title. The game was originally made in like 2001, 2002, sometime around there. And it was one of the very first games that Suda 51 actually wrote and directed. So, this game is very interesting. It's very different from a lot of other games. It's not just mindless walking around, running around, attacking people, and stuff like that. It's more like an interactive detective novel. Kind of, sort of like Phoenix Wright crossed with, just Phoenix Wright, or any game like that, crossed with a game where you walk around and talk to people. And there isn't really any fighting action or anything like that, or platforming, but it's just solving puzzles, but it's really a great game. So yeah, this game is filled with great sound, although the only problem I kind of have with the sound is the voiceovers, if you could call them that. We get this stuff where if you ever played Animal Crossing or Mario Party 8 or Okami, some games like that, you see the text, but you hear some sort of mumbled gibberish that the character says, and you know, each one sounds different for each character, and it can kind of get a bit annoying. Some of them are kind of cool, but it just loses its appeal pretty fast. Especially the main characters. His sounds sort of like a malfunctioning robot. Yeah, but anyway, you play as a character named Sumio Mondo, who's sort of a searcher. And anyway, pretty much the whole game you're going around talking to people and then solving puzzles, and solving the puzzles is done by using a briefcase, which encases a device that your main character is named Catherine. Why Catherine? Well, he says it's better than working with a person named Bob all day, every day. Yeah, this game has quite a bit weird dialogue, but that's Suda 51 for you. He's a mastermind creator of just completely obscure games. No More Heroes is a bit more tolerable for more people than this game. I mean, I think this is a great game and all, but many people just play this game and just want to turn it off after the first few seconds, because right at the beginning of the game, they put you in a situation. Like right at the beginning of the game, they make you solve a puzzle that you actually have to think for. In this game, you have to make quite a few stretches of imagination to figure out the answers to the puzzles. Like, for example, well, first of all, there are different kinds of puzzles. There are the mandatory ones that you need to keep going through the day, and then there are these lost and found puzzles. And the lost and found ones, they just give really cryptic clues for it. Like, for example, one of them, they give you it looks like a time on a clock, just backwards. So what do? You go up to a mirror, and then type in the time forwards, and you get the device. I mean, you use Catherine for pretty much everything in this game except for talking to people. You even use it to jack into the minds of people. Even making a simple telephone call is done using Catherine. Now, pretty much the story of this game involves Sumio Mondo on this island called Lost Past, which sort of translates to Lost Past, or that's sort of where it got its name from. Now, this is just instructions to show how this system works. But anyway, pretty much the main character is on an island where every day, if you ever seen the movie Groundhog Day, it's sort of like that. Pretty much the main character is reliving the same day. So he wakes up every morning, and it's like he had never interacted with any of the characters, but he still remembers what went on. Sort of, he remembers what went on yesterday and no one else does, if that makes sense. And pretty much each day ends with, well, the main character is assigned on a mission to defuse some sort of, or dismantle a terrorist bomb put on an airplane. And each day you're sort of distracted with stuff, and you're sort of blocked from leaving the hotel, so you can't go to the airport, and then eventually you see the plane explodes, and that's when the day ends. Yeah, so the dialogue in this game is, if you really actually look at it, it's written pretty well. There are lots of sort of jokes, some of them obvious, and some of them you actually have to think. There's a guy that you meet later on, I forgot what his name's called, but he pretty much talks to you in, like, soccer language. He always says that, like, he's kicked a good hint to you or something like that, and then he talks to you in riddles and jokes. And here he's explaining how to do this. An endless journey. The prey protects their soul, while the hunter hunts the truth. A requiem solely sung for the search. Truth is singular. It's time to go to work, Catherine. The search culminates here. Yeah, so you get that cool intro speech every time you solve a Catherine puzzle. Now over here you have to jack. In this case you're jacking this guy's mind. Don't ask me how it works, but you have to jack, and which wire you use to jack is completely random. I mean, completely random. And here, if you ever played No More Heroes, you recognize that that's sort of like 8-bit structured sort of letters. And here's the puzzle to actually get inside the actual hotel. But it's a really awkward puzzle because well, first you have to type in your birthday, and then it says
something like these statues are celebrating their birthday, and they're upside down. And you have to really stretch your imagination to find out that you actually have to write in that code backwards. So anyway, this is a game, I recommend it. I might make more videos on this game in the future. But yeah, it's not for everyone, but it's still a game.